everyone, my name is Jackie and today I'm going to share with you all the books I read in June. I finished 19 books in June, which is nearly as much as I read in the whole 5 months before that. So since this is going to take a bit, let's just dive right into it. Also, because it was Pride Month, I tried to read books that have some type of LGBTQ rep in it. It's not always the main character, but there's always some rep in there. So the first book I finished is The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is the third and final book in the Folk of the Year series. And honestly, I think the book could have done with a little bit more pages and some more things happening, because this fantasy trilogy tends to get thinner and thinner with each book. And I would have liked a little bit more from the last book, which is why I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. The next book is Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. This is a queer retelling of the musical Grease, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I especially liked the relationship between Ollie and his family, but also the relationship between the two boys, Ollie and Will. It was very much a roller coaster, but it was a lot of fun, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book is Camp by L.C. Rosen. This is about 2 boys meeting at a queer summer camp, and it deals heavily with the topic of toxic masculinity in the queer community. I like the friendship groups, I like the 2 boys' relationship. It surprised me with where it ended up, and yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I listened to on audiobook, and I don't own a physical copy, but it is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I picked this up for a prompt for the Make Your Myth Taker readathon, because I wanted a queer book and I knew that there was a female-female romance in there. And it surprised me a lot. It's about Evelyn Hugo, who was a Hollywood star, I think in the 70s. And now she gives an interview to this young woman to write her biography. And I really liked it. I didn't expect to like it that much. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but I'm planning to reread it physically, because then I can better concentrate on the actual story. The next book is The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper. This is about 2 boys who meet at NASA because one of each of their parents is selected for a mission to Mars. I really like the friendship in there between Cal, our main character, and Leon's sister Kat, and they're just really amazing together. Also, Cal wants to be a journalist, and he has web blog, whatever, where he posts about NASA and stuff, and it's really amazing, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book is More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. And this book took me totally by surprise. Because of the title of They Both Die at the End, I was pretty sure all his books would be very sad at the ending, and I don't really like sad endings. But I picked this up nonetheless, and I really enjoyed it. It's about Aaron, who's not as happy as he thinks he should be, despite having a girlfriend, but then he meets a guy named Thomas, and it all gets very complicated. I don't really know what to tell you without spoiling you, so I'm going to stop here, but I really love this, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Next, I listened to the audiobook for Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, which is one of my favorite books of all times. It's about the son of the first female president of America and the Prince of England falling in love. And it's really great and amazing, and I love it. And if you haven't read it, you really should. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So the next book I finished is also an audiobook. It's What If It's Us by Becky Albertelli and Adam Silvera. I really like this one. It's about 2 boys who meet by chance at a post office and decide they would like to get to know each other over the summer that Arthur spends in New York, and it's just really cute and hilarious, and I really like it, so I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Another audiobook reread for me was The Gentleman's Guide to Tobias and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, which is set in the 18th century, and it's about Monty and his best friend Percy going on a tour around Europe together with Monty's little sister Felicity. But Monty is in love with Percy, and some shenanigans ensue because Monty pockets something that he shouldn't have taken. So I really like this book, I really enjoy it. Monty is just so weirdly lovable, because despite being selfish and impulsive, and yeah, I really like this book, so I gave it 5 stars. So another audiobook reread is Simonversity Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertelli. I actually started to read this physically, but then I felt a bit slumpy for a couple of days and I couldn't get through it, so I switched to audiobook. I really like the audiobook, so by now you probably don't even need a synopsis for this. It's about Simon, who has a secret email pen pal who calls himself Blue, but he gets blackmailed. And to protect Blue, he goes along with said blackmail, and it's so cute and it's hilarious and it's just something that makes me feel happy and good. So, and the friendship group in here is just friendship goals, really. So 5 out of 5 stars. So the next book I read is Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. This was the Fairy Loot pick for, I think, April. So I read it for the read-along and then discovered there's some queer rap in here, so that's great too. It's about a girl named Renata who has the magic ability to steal people's memories, and her people, so everyone with magic, is hunted by the king of the country. And then the boy she loves and fellow rebel gets kidnapped, so she tries to save him, and if she can't, to finish his mission. So I really enjoyed it. I really like the magic system in here. Yeah, I can't wait for the second one, so 5 stars. Another audiobook reread was Leah and the Offbeat by Becky Albertelli. This is about Leah from Simonversity Homo Sapiens Agenda, and it's about her last year in school. Pretty much a mess. It's about her relationship to Abby and figuring out what she wants to do with her life. And there are a lot of cute scenes with Simon and or Blue in here that I absolutely adore. I don't quite love this book as much as I do love Simon, but I still enjoyed it very, very much, so I gave it 4 stars. Next book I read is The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky by Mackenzie Lee. This is a short novella to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It's about Monty and Percy, and you probably get an idea from the title, but I'm not going to say anything more than that because it would be a spoiler, but it's really cute and it's hilarious and it's so much fun, so 5 stars. And then I read The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee, and this time we follow Felicity, who wants to become a doctor, but since it's the 18th century, no one really wants to let her study. But then she learns that her childhood best friend is going to marry a doctor she greatly admires, so she decides to travel to their wedding and ask the doctor to take her on and to teach her. And yeah, of course, nothing goes as planned, and it was a lot of fun, and I gave this 5 stars. Also, I really adore Felicity's troll companions. The next book I read is Solitaire by Alice Oseman. This is about Tori Spring, and at her school there is this new boy, Michael Holden, who tries to befriend her, and there's this website called Solitaire who keeps pranking people, and I'm just generally very confused by this book. I don't know how to give you a synopsis without spoiling anything, but I really enjoyed it. Also, Tori is the big sister of Charlie from the Heartstopper comics, so, and this is set after the Heartstopper comics, so there are a couple of scenes with Nick and Charlie in that, which I absolutely adored. And I gave this 4 stars. The next book is Date Me Bryson Keller by Kevin Van Wy, and this is absolutely hilarious. Bryson Keller is part of a dare, and every Monday morning he has to date the first person who asks him out until Friday after school. And until that moment that went only girls, but then Kai asks him out on a whim, and it's just really cute. The first half is just them getting to know each other. It moves a bit fast for my taste, but it's really cute. The second half is a bit darker. I really enjoyed it, so I gave it 4 stars. Another audiobook I read is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is about Simon Snow, who is the chosen one, and he has to defeat I keep forgetting his name. He has to defeat the insidious Humdrum, and it's about his roommate, Baz, who is a vampire, and those two are actually enemies, but not really, and it's really complicated, and it's essentially fanfiction leaned on Harry Potter. So I really enjoyed it, I really love it. I I gave it 5 stars. The next book I read is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. I listened to the audiobook of this because it's in spoken word, but I keep reading along because the pages are just amazing. And it's about a boy named Michael, and it tells his story from when he starts school until university, and about him figuring out where his place in the world is because he's gay and he is mixed race. So it's all very complicated, and yeah, it's a lot about identity. And I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. And the last book I read is actually not really a book. It's the Heartstopper mini comics by Alice Oseman. There are 2 mini comics in here and a couple of artwork by her. And yeah, I just really love the Heartstopper comics. So Heartstopper is about Nick and Charlie, who go to an all-boys school, and Charlie is openly gay, but Nick only starts to question his sexuality after the 2 of them become friends, and they're just really, really cute and adorable together. So I gave this 5 stars. Alright, so those are all the 19 books I read in June. It's a lot. I know it's very heavily on the male romance side. I really didn't plan that. I've got a lot of other books too, but for some reason I didn't pick them up. But I will in the next couple of months because I'm really excited to read all these books. And if you've read any of these books, talk to me down below in the comments what you thought, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!